If you visit in Edinburgh for the first time, Edinburgh Castle's probably on the top of your list of things to see. Today you're going to discover what makes Edinburgh Castle one of the most visited places in the UK. And in this video we're going to take you along with us and show you exactly what you can expect from visiting this awesome place. And as we go around all the different areas within the castle, I'll provide you with some fun and interesting facts and information, so you'll hopefully not make some of the mistakes that we made, which we'll go into later. But first, here's how we're going to be navigating our way around Edinburgh Castle by using this map to take you to all the different parts, and that's our son Bruno, who'll also be coming along for this fun day out today. So let's begin. And upon entering the main gate, you'll have an option to buy an audio guide service, which is a good way of bringing the story of the castle to life. It's available in 11 different languages, and you can either use the device that the castle provides or use your own device like a mobile phone or tablet. And an interesting fact is that this castle sits atop Castle Rock, a volcanic plug that formed about 350 million years ago. And let's show you around inside this castle, starting off located next to the audio guide point called Argyle Battery. This part of the castle was built around 1730 and it's named after the Duke of Argyle's regiment, who was stationed here back in the day. The soldiers used this area to protect the castle from attacks. And with a view like this, you can see why. You get the perfect lookout over Princess Street Gardens and across Edinburgh.
Nice.
The battery was once armed with 6 massive 18-pound cannons ready to fire iron shots down at any approaching enemies. It's hard to imagine now because it's such a peaceful place, but hundreds of years ago, this was a key part of the castle's defences. If you visit, make sure you stop here for a moment. Not just for the history, but for one of the best panoramic views in the whole city.
Awesome!
Let's take a short walk up Lang Stairs, which was the main access to the summit of Castle Rock in the Middle Ages. However, if you need a lesser climb, then you can walk around. Or for any disabled visitors, there's a complimentary vehicle that you can arrange with staff at the entrance, and it has room for up to 3 passengers and a wheelchair. Although it's not available between 12:15 and 1:15 due to the 1 o'clock gun, which I'll come on to shortly. And once you get to the top of Lang Stairs, or you've walked around, took the vehicle or whatever, you'll come to the oldest surviving part of the castle now, which is St Mary's Chapel. And it's actually the oldest building in all of Edinburgh. It dates back to the early 12th century, built by King David I in memory of his mother, Queen Margaret. And inside you'll see beautiful stained glass windows dedicated to St Margaret and other Scottish saints. And even though it's small, it's still used today for weddings and ceremonies. During wartime, the chapel was even used as a gunpowder store, but it was later restored in the 1800s when people realised just how historically important it was. And right next to St Margaret's Chapel, you'll find Mons Meg, and it's one of the biggest and oldest cannons in the world. Mons Meg could fire massive 150 kilogram stone cannonballs over 2 miles. It was an absolute powerhouse in its day. But she wasn't just for battle. The Scottish kings would often fire Mons Meg during celebrations and royal events like weddings, coronations, just to show off her strength. Over time, she became more of a ceremonial piece, and in 1681 the barrel actually burst while being fired, and after that she was retired from active use. And I said I'd come on to the 1 o'clock gun, which is this gun here. And you might be wondering why it's 1 o'clock and not 12. Well, the Scots were being very practical. Firing 1 shot was much cheaper than firing 12. And back in the day, ships down in Leith Harbour would set their clocks by the sound of the gun. It was fired at 1 PM exactly every day, giving sailors an accurate time signal, long before GPS or mobile phones existed.
Interesting.
We'll go and explore the heart of this castle, which is Crown Square. This is the highest and most historic part of the castle, surrounded by the Royal Palace, the Great Hall and the Scottish National War Museum. And we'll go and have a look in the honours of the kingdom, where we'll go and see the Scottish crown jewels. They're actually amongst the oldest crown jewels in Europe, dating back to the late 1400s and early 1500s. The collection includes the crown, the sceptre and the sword of state, all beautifully crafted and steeped in Scottish history. And right next to the crown room is the Royal Palace, once home to Scotland's king and queens. This was where the royal family lived when Edinburgh Castle was still a royal residence. It's amazing to think this quiet, elegant palace was once the centre of power in Scotland. As we walk into this room, this is where Mary, Queen of Scots, gave birth to a son, James VI, who would go on to unite the crown of Scotland and England. This very spot changed the course of British history. And we'll head over to the final stop in Crown Square, which is the Scottish National War Memorial, a truly moving place that honours the men and women of Scotland who lost their lives in conflict since the First World War. The memorial was opened in 1927, built inside what was once the old North Barracks of the castle. Inside, every regiment of the Army, Navy and Air Forces has its own tribute. And before leaving the castle, it's worth taking a moment here to remember how much history, sacrifice and resilience this place represents. So as we walk out the back of the exit of Crown Square, you'll notice many places you might want to take some photos. And around the back of the War Memorial is an ideal place to do just that. As it was for Bruno to refuel with some milk, you might want to refuel with a different kind of beverage, like a wee dram of the good stuff. And you can do just that. Just opposite the back of the War Memorial is this gift shop, where you can get a free sample. Thank you very much.
No bother at all.
As well as pick up a souvenir for yourself or your family. And the gift shops here are like an attraction in themselves. Can you guess how many gift shops you think there are here in Edinburgh Castle? There's actually 6 of them dotted around the grounds, where you can buy anything from maps to hats to key rings and tartan scarves. It's a perfect way to take a little piece of Edinburgh Castle home with you. You enjoying Edinburgh Castle? And tucked in Edinburgh Castle is the National War Museum, which tells over 400 years of Scotland's military history. And as we show you around this place, I'll give you some useful tips that you might find helpful before coming. And one thing to know before coming is that tickets aren't cheap, but they're totally worth it. We paid £24 and you can see on the screen that the prices vary depending on where you buy them from. So don't make the mistake we made, paying on the day. I'd recommend booking online in advance, which can not only save you a bit of money, but it'll guarantee what time you can enter. And I'll explain this a little bit more so you don't make the same mistake that we did, which was arriving in the morning without a pre-booked ticket, just expecting to walk in and pay as we came in. Although there were no tickets available in the morning, there was only tickets available later in the afternoon at 3 o'clock, which meant that we missed the 1 o'clock gun and didn't have as long here as what we could if we'd booked in advance. And that leads us on to the opening and closing times, which also vary depending on what time of year you come. So I'll pop that on the screen for you as well. And I'd really love for you to come along to more places around the world with us. We've got lots of videos on our channel and I hope you found this video useful. As always, we've got a few outtakes at the end of this video, which we like to do, so stick around for that. And we'll play you out for the remaining minute of this video with some highlights and sounds of the bagpipes. just before we go to the outtakes, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming along with us. And as always, we shall see you on the next video. Right, did you enjoy your time at Edinburgh Castle?
Yes, it's very nice.
Very nice. Do you enjoy yourself, Bruno? Yeah, it's very nice. You enjoying Edinburgh Castle?
Are you ready? One more time. Where's the weapons?
Doing your bit for the environment. Interesting day in Edinburgh. Did you enjoy Edinburgh?
Yes.
What was your favourite part of Edinburgh?
I think fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
Today.
At Wetherspoons.
Yeah.
And what about Iron Brew? Did you like Iron Brew?
Yes, taste nice and sugar free. Taste nice.
Nice.